to come back in. So here's what wind chills will do for the rest of the day. They are below zero through this afternoon. Now this evening, briefly, we may see a couple of our southernmost hometowns see those numbers get above zero, but it won't be for long because tomorrow morning, a lot of us will be back below zero, but not like this morning, 5 to 10 below. Not this nasty 20, 30 below stuff. We only get up to 9 degrees this afternoon. Sunshine and clouds mixed in. Tonight we'll drop to 4 above with wind chills of about 10 below. Tomorrow starts to get a little bit better. We'll bring in lighter wind speeds, some sunshine that will warm the temperatures into the mid-20s. And we'll get even warmer for Wednesday and keep some warmth on Thursday as this Arctic air eases a bit. And you see we sneak in some warmth. However, later this week, Friday to Saturday, look at the strength of this stuff coming in. This is even colder than what we're seeing right now. And because of that, we've issued another weather impact alert for Friday into Saturday. Wind chills as early as Friday morning, potentially as cold as 40 degrees below zero. Yeah, even worse than what I've got on the graphic here is certainly a possibility. So I will talk more not only about today's cold, but the stuff coming in later this week and whether there's any snow chances attached to it. Stick around. It's about 15 minutes from now, right here on the A+ app, we're gonna have a cold weather discussion. So grab your favorite hot beverage, grab a seat and a blanket, and we'll talk about more cold coming in at the top of the hour. Here's your 8-day tracker. Nice warmth on Wednesday. That's the best car wash day this week, where it'll be warm enough to do that without a problem. If you try to do it the other days, well, you may not be able to get out of your vehicle as it will freeze instantly upon exiting. There you see Friday, absolutely brutal day. 1 above zero for a high. Wind chills will be well below zero all day. We could be close to 10 below for a temperature on Saturday morning as you wake up. And you know the wind chills are going to be even worse. We'll get a break from the Arctic air Sunday into early next week, but still appears more Arctic air will be on the way beyond that. The big thing that we're missing is snow. Still don't see any big snowmakers in the immediate future. Even out to 2 weeks, looks fairly quiet.
Good morning, Quad Cities. It was a huge night for Bears fans. Chicago in the divisional round of the playoffs looking to punch its ticket to the NFC Championship game. The Bears and Rams facing off at a snowy Soldier Field. First quarter, Rams on the 4-yard line. Matt Stafford with the handoff to Kyren Williams. He takes it up the gut for the score. Rams lead 7-0. Second quarter, 4th and goal for the Bears. Caleb Williams looking for his guy. Floats it up to DJ Moore for 6. We are all knotted up at 7 with just under 15 to go till the break. All tied up at 10 in the 4th. LA with another handoff to Kyren Williams. He takes it to the outside, finds himself in the end zone for the second time. Rams take the 17-10 lead. It comes down to this, 4th and 4 for Chicago, 27 seconds on the board. Caleb Williams getting pressured. He has moved back all the way near the 45-yard line. And my goodness, check out this pass to Cole Kmet. That's a Chicago touchdown to keep the season alive. The Cardiac Bears doing their thing. We are headed to overtime. 6 minutes left in OT. Williams with some time in the pocket fires, and it is picked off by Cam Curl. Williams' 3rd interception of the game. The Rams in possession now, a spot in the NFC Championship on the line. Harrison Mavis sneaks it in for the win. The Bears' magical season comes to an end, falling 20-17. In college hoops, the Iowa women in a top 15 ranked matchup against Michigan State, looking for their 6th win in a row. It's the 5th ranked matchup of the season for the Hawks. Addie Deal with some moves, gets the pass off as she falls down. Hannah Solke with the easy lay-in. She finishes with a game-high 22. First quarter winding down. Chit-Chat Wright gets the shot off just in time and drains it. Lots of energy from the Hawks. They lead 22-16 after 1, and they carry that momentum into the second quarter. Addie Deal splashes in the triple. She has 8 points off the bench. Now it's Chit-Chat Wright again, pulling up from mid-range. She finishes with 11. The Hawkeyes with the big win, 75-68 over Michigan State. Illinois coming off its 3rd loss in the last 4 games, playing Northwestern. Second quarter, Aaliyah Guyton knocks down the 3. Illinois up 26-24. Illini down 5. Destiny Jackson puts it in at the rim and won, 33-31 Northwestern. In the 3rd, Illinois takes control. Letty Vasconcelos too big inside. The lead would grow to as much as 15. Northwestern rallies in the fourth, cutting it to as close as one, but Barry Wallace comes alive, scoring 14 over 29 points. 2 minutes to go, 71-70. Wallace gets physical. The double team does not matter on her way to 2. Illinois hangs on to win 74-71. That's it for sports. Have a great Monday, Quad Cities.
The Quad City Blues high school hockey team will be holding their annual charity game. And this year, the team is raising money for 2 different diabetes organizations. It's why 3 of the athletes, Jackson Otten, Trey Alexander, and Henry Drizzle, join us, sharing where they'll be donating and their personal connection to this cause. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I first want to ask you, how do you choose what, you do this annually every year, how do you choose what charities you donate to?
So normally we do it within like someone on our team. So this year, one of our very own, Jackson, he's been struggling with type 1 diabetes since he was about 7th grade. So we wanted to keep it local and like within our community, and that's what we chose.
Wow, well, you just jumped to like all my later questions already. No, I'm joking. Can you tell me first, before we get to a little bit more of your story, Jackson, what are the 2 organizations that you're donating to?
It's Matt's Diabetes Promise and Breakthrough T1D in Eastern Iowa.
Wonderful. Well, Jackson, I want to get to you right away. Tell me a little bit about your story.
Yeah, so I had some things going on, and then went to the doctor, and they sent me to Iowa City, and yeah, I was diagnosed then, and then ever since then, it's, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. What does it feel like to have a team that's, wanting to support you kind of in a special way?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, everyone's really understanding of what's going on, and yeah.
Exactly. Well, I was going to ask you on the end, tell me, what does it feel like to not just get to play a sport, but also like be a part of the community?
So supporting our teammates is like one big thing we all strive to do. So really being together helps everybody out.
Yeah. Have you guys been part of the team other years when you've had other different charities that you've supported?
Yeah, this is our, I'm a junior, so this is my 3rd year, and they're both seniors. So the last ones we've done were for, heart and brain problems, and then last year was for the Eldridge Fire Department.
Wow, very cool. What was you guys' favorite game so far this year?
I would say probably our first game against Fremont, going and playing in the Tax Slayer. It was fun and liveful.
Yeah.
A lot of energy.
That's amazing. What about this coming, this charity game? Who are you playing? Are you excited about this game?
We play the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders, and we play at the Vibrant at the Mark again. And yeah, it should be really fun. We have a bunch of fun donations, silent auctions, bake sales, t-shirt sales, and just a bunch of other fun things.
Exactly, exactly. And, you know, when you think to the future, who do you think you might also support? Do you have any ideas going forward?
Normally the seniors pick who we benefit for the next years, but I'm not really sure what we're gonna do yet. We'll find out next year.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know a lot about hockey, if I'm being honest. So when does your season get over?
Late February, going into our tournament for state.
Okay.
So we're wrapping it up shortly.
Nice, nice. And what's it looking like for the rest of the season?
We got to win some games.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to throw you under the bus here,
good.
guys. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting, though.
Yeah.
Well, this will be a great opportunity for sure. You know, do you have a lot of people that come to you interested in hockey? I know that that's maybe not always like the most popular sport right here.
Yeah, we try to do things like around the little kids. So we have like learn to plays every Monday and stuff like that to try to get more kids interested in the game. So, you know, we can have a bunch of people play hockey down here.
Exactly, exactly. Well, each of you, I'm going to ask you one by one, but what are you most looking forward to in this charity game?
Definitely like just to see all the people that go. I think it'll be fun. The last couple years that we've played at the Vibrant, there's been a ton of people to go. So it should be pretty cool.
That's amazing. How about you?
Honestly, just to see how the jerseys turn out. I just love playing in different jerseys.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How
I
about
would
you?
say raising awareness, having people, you know, know more about it.
Yeah. And we've talked a little bit about your story, but do you really what are you going to think after the game? How are you going to feel, seeing all that support for something that's close to your heart?
Honestly, it'll feel good inside. Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's such great community. It sounds like you've been able to surround yourself with great teammates that are super supportive. So, well, guys, I really appreciate you coming in, and good luck the rest of the few weeks, and good luck at this great big charity game.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we have more information on our website, WQAD.com, where you can learn all the details about the charity game coming up.
Still ahead on Good Morning Quad Cities at 11. Out of personal loss came a purpose to serve.
How one California woman is using social media and service to help people facing hunger and homelessness. Plus 2,000 plus steps 5 times a day, all for a cause close to one father's heart.
Why this Colorado father is climbing a mountain 1,000 times.
All right, one last reminder, get maybe a little freshen up on your coffee, maybe grab a banana bread muffin. Doesn't that sound good right now? Or just grab a banana and come on back here to where you're at right now, or just stick around. 9 o'clock, top of the hour, I'm going to do a live cold weather discussion because we have a weather impact alert not only today, but we have another one coming up later this week because this next round of Arctic air looks to be even stronger. So we're going to talk all things cold weather, how long it sticks around, when we will finally get a break, when we can like meteorologist Andrew Stutzky again, because right now we hate him. It's cold. He's just the messenger, but we got to get mad at somebody. Yeah, you'll want to stick around. Top of the hour, right here.
You know what? And if you are grabbing a banana muffin or something, I hope you're putting it in the microwave or the oven and heating it up.
Yeah.
Something nice and warm at this time.
Yeah. I can't wait for the fun time at 11 o'clock, though, right?
Oh,
That's right.
right. I'll be live for at 11 a.m. in GMQ Seat 11. Dave & Buster's opens today, and the first 100 people in line are getting unlimited access to all of the games inside today. So I'm very anxious to see who is braving the cold today. Very excited for that. So the ribbon cutting's at 10:30, and then all the fun begins at 11 a.m. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back with some prizes.
Oh, you will be one of those braving the code.
Oh yes, it's gonna be very chilly outside. Andrew, do you think I have a pair of leggings to go under my pants? I've got a sweatshirt to put over my jacket. I've got scarf, gloves, and a hat. Do you think I have most of my bases covered?
Most, but what about your shoes? Remember, did you get your snow boots
I did
yet?
not. No, I didn't get snow boots. No, I don't have snow boots.
Okay. Blanket around
I
your feet.
was hoping you wouldn't ask that.
Tune in and see how it all pans out. Have a great one. Thank you.
Continue with us and watch free now on the 8 Plus app everywhere you stream.
Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, January 19th, 2026. I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky. Welcome into our cold weather discussion. Holding this because we have a couple of bouts of some seriously cold air that is on the way for the week, including what we've got going on right now this morning and the opportunity to see some even colder air work its way into our region as we go into later this week. So we're going to spend about the next 10 minutes or so just going over the timing, track of all of this, and even see if we have any snow potential that is going to potentially be coming our way as well. Hope you're staying warm. I know it is the MLK holiday. A lot of schools are out of session. I saw we had a handful of school delays this morning, but for the most part, kids are home. Hopefully they're inside, staying warm. If you have to go outside today, it's all about covering up your exposed skin. Frostbite can set in about 30 minutes. And once you get to an hour or so, that's when you really need medical attention. So it's all about layering up today if you got to be outside. And of course, if you have to travel, your winter weather survival kit in your vehicle in case you get stranded somewhere. Also a good reminder too, gas up the vehicle. Make sure you've got at least half a tank of gas in your car, so that way your fuel pump doesn't have to work as hard and less of a chance of anything freezing. We've been watching some really cool sundogs, by the way, that have been making an appearance in our sky this morning. The really cold air is helping enhance those because what you're doing is you're freezing some water droplets and a lot of ice crystals. The sun's light flows through those and mirrors them, and it creates a very beautiful rainbow circle, kind of a ring on the outer edge of the sun. So if you've seen pictures of those, feel free to send them in. We would love to see those and feature them in the News 8 photo gallery. If we can, let's see if we can go back out to our live look that I've got popped up on the screen right now in Dixon, and you can see just a small hint of a sundog that's ongoing there right now. Right here is where we've got that. The camera, I can't zoom it out any farther to show you the full ring, but yeah, there's definitely a sundog ongoing in Dixon right now, and earlier we had one here in the Quad Cities, but all thanks in part to this cold air. So our weather impact alert, at least the first one, still in place for the majority of today. This morning we've seen wind chills of 30 below zero in spots to the north of us, but overall wind chills will continue to remain negative for the rest of the day. This afternoon, those will be near 10 to 15 below as opposed to the 20 to 30 below that we've had this morning. Current state of affairs, it was no surprise we got down to 0 here, 1 below in Clinton. Obviously, the further north you go, the lower the temperature tends to be, and that's the case. We've had a lot of negatives to the north of us this morning. The main problem with this, though, has been the wind, and it's not oftentimes you can get both the extreme cold and the strong winds to kind of come together like they did this morning. But my goodness, did they ever. You probably heard the wind howling all night long. I know I did. The fact that we still have those gusts approaching 40 miles an hour with these temperatures is what is spelling trouble for the wind chills. 20 to 24 below in the Quad Cities, as cold as almost 30 below to the north of us. And we're not the only ones that are dealing with this really cold air. I mean, this is an impressive surge of Arctic cold all the way up to the north. Look at Duluth. That's not a wind chill. That's a temperature right now of 17 below zero. Minneapolis is at 6. And by the way, what they're seeing in Minneapolis, St. Paul this morning is where we may end up later this week with a stronger round of Arctic air that's going to be coming in. Check out the wind chills. They are biting all over the place. Again, as I said earlier, 20 below here in the quads, but up to the north, Duluth at 40 below. And again, that is where some of our hometowns later this week will likely be heading with a stronger surge of Arctic air. We'll start tracking that in a second. Here's what wind chills look like for the remainder of the day. Still negative through this afternoon, still negative through tonight, but what we're going to do is we're going to lighten up the wind. We're not going to see these strong wind gusts by this afternoon and this evening. Those winds are going to be much lighter. Heading into tomorrow morning, I think about 5 to 10 below on the wind chills looks like a good bet. Into the afternoon, I think we'll see those numbers improve greatly. 9 today will fall to 4 above tonight, chills near 10 below. Tomorrow, a nice turnaround. The fact that we lighten up the wind speeds and we see some sunshine, that should push us into the mid-20s here and keep those nasty wind chills at bay. But there's another round of cold air, so take a look at this one. In fact, I'm going to back it up here, and I want you to take a mental snapshot, if you will, of the color scheme that's on here. So I'll put a pause point on that. I'm going to grab my little pointer. Notice the shade of purple that we have overhead for this Arctic blast today. And I want you to take a look at this shade up here, this very, very light pink, almost white coming in at the top of your screen. I'm going to go forward now to Wednesday when I think we're going to get the warmest day this week. That will bring us temperatures above freezing for a few hours on Wednesday afternoon. And then it will all come crashing down as we go into Friday. And now take a look at these colors. This is kind of where we were today with this kind of a color showing the magnitude of the cold air coming in. This is where we'll be Friday into Saturday. Much, much colder. There may be a few hometowns on Friday that may not climb above 0 for a daytime high. This is going to last through Saturday, and then by Sunday, we'll start to see that Arctic air ease up a little bit, especially in the afternoon. So with this much going on this early, and the fact that we have high confidence in this occurring, you've got a weather impact alert for both Friday and Saturday, and we may trim up the timing on this as we get closer. But right now, for sure, we need one on Friday, and we need one for sure at least the first half of Saturday, depending on the timing of winds and such. But that is going to be, once again, for some really low wind chill values. In fact, I haven't updated this yet, and I'll do it right now, but this one appears more likely to, again, be colder than what we're seeing right now. So instead of 15 to 30 below, it's likely going to be 25 to 35 below for this next round of Arctic air that will be coming in on Friday and also into Saturday. First look at future track. I know it's a ways out into the future here, but I want to show you some of the early numbers that our in-house model is projecting for this storm system coming in, at least the Arctic air with it anyway, later this week. So this is Thursday morning. You know, we're not doing too bad here, but look at what we wake up to on Friday morning. 31 below for a wind chill here in the Quad Cities, but our northern hometowns are going to be flirting very, very close to 40 below for wind chills. Now, it's been a while since we've seen anything that low. Of course, 2014 comes to mind when we had a very close encounter with the polar vortex. I don't believe we're going to get that cold, but this is certainly a serious magnitude of cold that's coming in for Friday into Saturday, not only in terms of temperatures, but the wind chills. Let's go now into Friday afternoon, where it is still 20 to 25 below 0. Let's go to Friday night and Saturday morning, where we're about 15 to 20 below. Then by Saturday afternoon, it looks like the wind chills will start easing a bit, but certainly all day Friday into early Saturday morning looks to be the worst time period coming up for wind chills later this week. Here's what that looks like on the 8-day tracker. What do the actual temperatures do? So there's Wednesday, again, the best day this week for warmth, especially if you need to get that car wash done. You'll want to do it on Wednesday. Tuesday, Thursday, a little touchy because, of course, that can ice over quickly after you do that. But certainly there will not be any car washes open on Friday. There likely will not be any car washes open on Saturday, and perhaps a handful on Sunday. So Wednesday is going to be the day for the car wash. Look at Friday. We'll wake up with readings in the morning, temperature-wise, of 4 below. But as I just showed you there, the wind chill will be close to 40 below for some hometowns. When we get to Friday afternoon, we likely won't climb any higher than 1 degree. That's it. Can you imagine what this would be if we had snow on the ground? It would likely be colder. When we get into the weekend, Saturday, 8 below, some of you perhaps as cold as 10 below as we go into Saturday morning, and then only 9 above for a high on Saturday, and then we'll slowly climb out of that as we go into early next week. But yeah, this late week round of cold certainly means business. Now, the one thing that could amplify that cold on Friday and Saturday and make it even worse would be some snow, if we could manage to get some snow on the ground. Now, there's a couple of systems coming through this week. Most of these will be coming in at night. You can see there's some snow shower chances as we go into Wednesday morning. This is well before the morning commute. And then again, as we go into Wednesday night, Thursday morning, another opportunity to see some light snow showers move through. Now, given the fact that we're going to be a little bit warmer on Wednesday, it may be a little bit more difficult for this stuff to stick. But the reason we're getting such a cold signal from a lot of our model data is because we're building up a snowpack to the north of our region. that is absolutely one of the factors as to why this cold is intensifying. When you build up the snowpack to the north, it acts as that refrigerator, and it intensifies the cold, making it even worse by the time it gets down here. Now, areas well south of us, they're going to be picking up some snow as well. We're talking into downstate Missouri, even parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas. They're expecting some winter weather this week. That's where the active storm track is, and that's likely where it's going to stay, at least for a little while. What I'll do is I'll pull up the jet stream pattern here, and we'll kind of walk you through what this looks like for the week ahead. So right now, obviously a very strong jet stream centered to the south of us. And again, that's where all the storm tracks are. They're to the south of us. Let's go ahead and take this right on into the end of the week where we show that bitterly cold air coming in. And yeah, you can see a powerhouse jet stream sitting to our southwest. The problem is that jet is just a little bit too far to the southwest in order for it to do anything here in terms of getting a big storm system going. What we would like to see, and I'll put a pause point in this so I can get my little arrow out, we would like to see this dip here that is way, way out in the southwest, right here from Los Angeles to Vegas to El Paso. We would like to see this dip be a little bit further to the east. I would like to see that dip be about right here. But also notice too how this dip is angled. It's angled leaning toward the front, so it's what we call positively tilted. You really want to see another scenario. You want to see this tilted the other direction to get a big storm system cooking up here in the Midwest. That doesn't look like it's going to happen this week. It looks like that's going to be saved for the south half of the United States. Beyond that, getting into next week, the jet stream continues to kind of take a little bit of a break here, and even into next week, you get a dip in the jet stream. The problem is it's right over top of us, and that means the East Coast and the Southeast Coast will still remain very, very stormy. So that's the latest look on what we've got going on with the cold. Again, I know we have multiple weather impact alerts in place, but our goal with a weather impact alert, it is to give you that heads up and as far in advance as we can that we are going to be seeing some impactful weather. And absolutely, when you've got wind chills of 30 to 40 below zero, that is extremely impactful, especially for kids that have to go to school, adults that got to go to work. If you get stranded in that, it's never good news. So we're going to continue to track this all week long. Plenty of time till we get to the weekend, and of course we'll be able to enjoy some warmth on Wednesday, but it certainly looks like things are going to get very nasty here as we get to the end of this work week when it comes to the cold weather. Again, thank goodness we don't have snow on the ground. This would be much worse if that were the case, and we would see numbers much colder than what we're currently anticipating. But right now, looks like we are going to remain snow-free for the most part, at least here in the immediate Quad Cities. We'll keep an eye on a couple of those clipper systems that will go up to the north of us. Don't forget, you can do another check-in with us. We have another live opportunity coming your way, and that is every Wednesday. We have Ask Andrew Live. That will be right at the same time we're doing this discussion here and right where you're at right now on the 8+ app. And you can bet we're going to be talking about this cold air during Ask Andrew Live on Wednesday. That'll be at 9 o'clock. So if you want to check back in on the cold situation there for a little bit more in-depth discussion, join myself. I think Peter may be with me again this week. We'll see what the schedule looks like, but we're certainly going to be touching him on the cold air that's coming in later this week. So that'll wrap us up here this morning. Thank you guys for joining me for this quick cold weather chat. Please stay warm. Don't forget about your pets too, whether it's a cat or a dog. Definitely want to limit their time outside as well. Poor Mr. Cooper is going to have to forego a walk here for a day or two till it can warm back up. But yeah, we've got to keep our pets safe as well. They're just like family. We want to keep them intact and in safe. So stay warm out there. Again, bundle up if you have to. Not the end of the world. Just make sure you're layering up to keep yourself warm. We'll keep an eye on things here in the Storm Track 8 Weather Center. Certainly let you know if anything further develops. But for now, for the rest of your Monday morning. Take care, Quad Cities.